Issa Rae is a great example of what happens when you're brave enough to take that great idea you have and just do it. WGN's Courtney Hall has more on her journey from internet fame to one of cable's most sought-after creators.
Hey, you guys, I'm sitting here with Issa Rae of Awkward Black Girl fame. She's now got a new project, a new show on HBO coming up. So she's going to talk to us about all the things you're working on right now. Issa, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about what launched you into fame, the misadventures of Awkward Black Girl. You really started it on the online platform, and it just got a following, and it was a really organic growth. Can you just talk to us about the idea for it and how you made it a reality?
Yeah, for me, it started in like when I was super broke in New York, and I was just, you know, kind of down. I'm a very shy, like introverted person, and I kept on thinking about like going to all these networking events, and you know, and keep breaking into the industry. It's about who you know. And always feeling like socially uncomfortable, and then thinking about like that. I was watching a lot of Curb Your Enthusiasm and The Office.
That's
and all
what it
those
reminds
shows.
me of. It reminds me of Curb Your Enthusiasm with a young black girl.
High compliment. But yeah, I would watch those shows and be like, this is my kind of humor, but I see like no black people in here.
Yeah.
And so wanting to do something that had those sensibilities and that I felt like I could relate to, but was too broke to do it because I wanted to make it an animated series. And then a couple of years later, like really like 3 or 4 years later, that's when I decided to finally like, hey, look, I have a best friend who can hold the camera. I have another friend from college who's breaking into acting.
So it was real friends and family.
It was mad friends and family. It was, you know, super low budget because it cost me $25 to take them to lunch afterwards.
Friend, how are we gonna go get cornrows now? Why did you change it? Oh, it was Black History Month. Is that how your ancestors wore it?
Situations like these make me angry and uncomfortable. I would love to express that to her.
Shut up! Shh!
And I had my first episode, and I edited it and directed it, and you know, I was in it, and then put it out there, and people really embraced it.
When you were starting out, did you have kind of a feeling of the arc of the story you wanted to tell, or were you just doing it episode by episode?
Definitely episode by episode. I don't think I was prepared for it to, like for me it was like, oh, okay, I put it out there. You know, I felt like I was running out of time, and that the time to tell the story was now, and so I released the first episode and wasn't expecting it to take off. So I was like, oh shoot, you know, I had outlines here and there of what other episodes could be, but I was definitely doing it episode by
And a
episode.
little bit about it for people that have not tuned in. It was launched on YouTube, and they're shorts.
Yes.
So it's like very manageable. You can watch it at work.
You can sneak it at work.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they really touch on a lot of relatable issues. Is that why you think so many people just like love to just click on it and just really?
I think so. I think because a lot of the shows are set in the work environment too, and then we tackle things like, what do you do when you're in the hallway and you see the same person multiple times? Do you have to say hi every time? And do you have to make eye contact? Things like that.
That's what makes it so Larry David-esque,
yeah,
you know?
I mean, it's just those moments are things that we all go through and all have questions about. And then even just being on the black girl aspect, like dealing with hair and dealing with, you know, image issues and so many inappropriate microaggressive questions.
Right, it's something that we, you know, talk about with our friends, like, but it's not been tackled on TV or on a web series or anything like that before.
Yeah.
So before we spend too much time on that, let's go talk about Insecure, your new series. Tell us a little bit about that.
So Insecure came about, you know, HBO called me to see if I had any other ideas, and they talked about how much they loved Awkward Black Girl. But by that time, we had 24 episodes online, so I was like, I want to do something new, and I've always wanted to be on HBO and do something within their sensibilities too. So we developed a show together, and it's basically a more grounded version of kind of my life and my friends and my relationships, and it follows two best friends, two black female best friends, as they navigate their jobs, their love lives, and kind of each other. And it's just really like black people being regular.
And it was the success of Awkward Black Girl that really, Awkward Black Girl had something like 23 million people watching it, and it was the success of that caught the eye of some big names, Larry Wilmore,
yes,
Shonda Rhimes. They all love it, and so that you've teamed up with Larry Wilmore to do Insecure.
Yes, absolutely. So after I sold the show to HBO, they were like, "You need a showrunner."
Okay.
We were set up together and just immediately clicked. And he's just such a great guy, so smart. and really helped me to be like confident in the story that I wanted to tell, and helped me to build the foundation of it, and made me feel secure in terms of like these stories are funny. You know, we should put this out and make it super real and authentic.
Somebody to like, run the jokes by.
Absolutely.
So tell me about your comedy. Who do you look up to in comedy? You mentioned Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, I love Seinfeld. I love Tina Fey, Ellen, Dave Chappelle. Like all of these people who take these moments that we all go through and make them like, oh my God, I thought it was just me, you know? But it's everybody. And so I look up to them kind of as comedic inspirations for the stories that I like to tell.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys, back to you.